Everyone, thank you for joining us for a later agenda review. May we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. City Manager Layton.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll go to the May 20th meeting first. You have 3 proclamations and 5 folks on the public agenda. On page 3, new council business number 1 would approve an amended agreement with the car park to reflect the removal of Delano and changes in the funding of the Old Town parking enforcement and improvements. On page 4, number 2, would consider an ordinance to prohibit year-round fireworks sales and to establish the dates for the sale of and discharge of fireworks in 2025. Number 3 is your first quarterly financial report. Number 4 would approve a pilot project for the deployment of a drone as first responder program. Number 5 would approve a joint resolution and an ordinance to create the Wichita-Sedgwick County Addiction Intervention Coalition. This is for the allocation of opioid settlement funds. Under council agenda, we'll ask you to appoint the 11 coalition members. Page 5, number 6, would approve $8.8 million for various improvements to the city's water system. Number 7 would approve the design concept and supplemental design agreement for the 2nd Street North Improvement Project. Number 8 would approve a vendor agreement for conducting pre-employment physicals and substance abuse screenings. Page 6, as I mentioned, you're going to have the appointment of 11 members to the Addiction Intervention Coalition. Page 7, number 3A.
Bob, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Is that do we just have the list of names? Is that public? Have we released that as part of the agenda packet yet?
It's not part of the agenda package or packet, but I don't have a problem with it being public.
Okay,
I
just didn't know
believe
if it was
the
in the packet.
county commission approved it on Wednesday, so I think the names are in the public already.
Okay, awesome, perfect.
Sure, we'll add it to the final agenda, and we'll put it, where do you want it? Do you want it under council member appointments, or do you want it with the action on the resolution?
When we do the resolution itself, then we don't have to do it under council member.
Wherever you want to do the appointments, it's fine with me. Okay, that's fine, we'll move it under that new business item. All right, page 7, 3A, this would approve a contract to provide medical bill review services for workers' compensation claims. 8, 3C would approve continued grant funding for an overdose analyst in the police department. Also, 3E would approve a contract amendment to reflect expanded engagement efforts that were associated with the College Hill Neighborhood Plan. On page 9, number 7, would approve continued grant funding for the city's participation in the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. Number 8 would approve the purchase of ballistic shield equipment for the police department. Number 9 would approve budget for the installation of an advanced traffic management system for the 21st Street corridor. Number 11 would approve a settlement agreement with H&H Holdings related to the revitalization project at the Kenmar Shopping Center. Nothing for the next few pages. On page 12, number 14, would approve a budget adjustment to reflect an increase in funding from the Continuum of Care grant. On page 13, number 16, would approve a lease of additional space at Eisenhower for Garver LLC. And number 17 would approve on-call structural engineering contracts with 2 firms working for the city's airport. Then you have a consent agenda for May 27th, but there are a few items there in the preview agenda that I'd like to highlight. Not on the first several pages, however. Page 5, number 8, this would approve additional grant funding for DUI and restraint/seatbelt enforcement. Number 10 would terminate expired Old Town parking agreements to allow a sale of a parcel of a property in Old Town, and then we would establish a new parking agreement with that new property owner. They're trying to clean up title. There's like 8 outstanding old agreements reflecting what this property has been over the years. Oh, I don't have that with me, Mayor, I'm sorry. Someplace in Old Town. I'm sorry. Like, well, obviously, when we get to the next week, I'll have more information on that. All right. On page 6, number 15 would approve property and casualty insurance for the Public Housing Authority. Page 7, number 16 would approve a budget amendment to add part-time peer recovery specialists, to add a part-time peer recovery specialist to the homeless care coordination team. Number 17 would also make an adjustment with that team by approving a budget adjustment to increase compensation for peer support specialists to help with recruitment for those positions. And then for the next couple of pages, you have the sale of 12 Public Housing Authority homes. And then on the last page, page 9, number 30 would approve 3 firms for on-call land survey services at the airport. And number 31 would approve a contract extension for safety management system services at the Eisenhower Airport.
What will be the topics for the workshop?
Great question, Mayor. We've got 2 pretty weighty items. One is the introduction of the International Property Maintenance Code, which would be a new code adopted by the council. And that would make us consistent with our other codes, or most of our other codes, and being in that school of, or that class of international codes. And then the second item is related to the budget, and actually we'll have multiple items. We're asking you to review the tactics to achieve your strategies in the budget, and also some outcome measures associated with your budget goals. And then we're also going to review some budget options for you to give us some direction on balancing the budget for 26 and 27 under the 2 scenarios that you've instructed us to follow. And then there, at your request, we put together some information on a potential sales tax, and information for you then to maybe give us some guidance, or at least have some discussion about that. That's all I've got, Mayor.
So it's 2 topics that we will be discussing at the May workshop. I just wanted to make sure, because I know that there's a funeral or a celebration of life that's happening that Tuesday morning, and we know that this is weighty and we're going to be participating in this, but we thought there was one more topic. Was there no other topic? Thank you, City Manager. Any comments from council members? Have a great weekend.